We're live. Hello, YouTube.
Sup, tubers?
All right. So that's all looking pretty nice and ready to go. Let's double check. This scene looks fine. Yeah. Cool.
I'll just adjust my camera a bit. Get me more in the middle.
There you go.
That's a little better. Yep.
All right. Hello.
Oh,
hello.
I'm so tired.
I am too. I've been up since 3 a.m. I had a sponsor
Yeah.
that was like, you need to do this by the 22nd, and I leave for New Jersey tomorrow. And was like,
Yeah.
we had discussed this months ago, and it just came out of nowhere. So
The PUBG sponsorship I did today, I was originally going to do yesterday. Had problems with baby, like she just wasn't settling and whatever. And so I had like an hour and a half today to do it before like the window
it
closed.
ends. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like you just have to do these things. Sometimes life happens, right?
Yep.
All right. Ready for intro?
Let's do it.
Whose intro is the last intro of the year?
I have no idea.
I'll do it. We'll do it.
Sounds good.
I want to take it.
Sounds good.
I'm just going to say nothing until you take over. 20 seconds. Ten. Hello. I just tried to scare Croncy because I told him I was going to say nothing. Hello and welcome to Answer the Call, everyone. The Star Citizen podcast, hosted by myself and Croncy, where we talk Star Citizen and open our Discord calls up to you. That's the call part. And this is our last podcast of the year. So today's episode is going to maybe talk briefly about 4.5 going live. And then we're going to do a year in review. A viewer from chat, Marcus, thank you, by the way, again, found out that the Jump Point has every patch, every ship. Like, they did their own year in review in the Jump Point. So we're going to use that as reference to kind of, it's a lot of stuff happened this year, so it's hard to remember everything, right? So, yeah, we're going to go back and do all that. When did Flight Blades happen? IAE. There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
IAE.
Yes.
Or no, Invictus. And then Flight Blades round 2 was IAE. So just trying to remember like the bad and the good. Callers, if you're calling in, get in the queue now. We'll get as many as you in as possible with this is the rules today. Best event / patch of the year. Favorite ship / not favorite ship of the year. You're like your favorite patch, least favorite patch, favorite event, least favorite event, favorite ship, least favorite ship, and then goodbye. We go to the next one. So we can get as many of you in. It's our last one of the year. We want to talk to as many of you as we can. All right. Yeah. With all the things out of the way, Croncy, welcome. How you doing today? How was your week?
I'm so tired.
Yeah, same.
The baby over the last few days has decided, in kind of a good way, to sleep like a normal human.
So now your schedule's off?
Yeah, and now she doesn't take as many naps during the day or anything. So we kind of just have to entertain her, and it's so tiring. It's so exhausting.
Yeah.
So that's been a thing. But the biggest thing that happened this week is just me. Okay, I've been talking a little bit about Riftbound the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
The new TCG that I've been getting into. This week there was like 2 events, one scheduled in Las Vegas, one scheduled in somewhere in Europe, I don't remember where they were like, all right, we're going to get the registrations for these events up. They sold out before the event links went live.
How?
So people just had to guess what the link was before they posted about it. They guessed it. And it's the first time I've ever seen scalpers for a tournament event. So people were selling like,
Their
yeah, the
entry.
scalpers exist for like, a Taylor Swift concert, but this is like I'm scalping 7 tickets for you to go and participate in a tournament at this event. The good news is the company immediately came back and said, one, no refunds. Two, if your name doesn't match
Yeah.
the name under the ticket, too bad. We're not going to let you in. And three, we're not going to let you change your name on the ticket. So, yeah,
Thanks
it
for the
was an
money.
interesting week for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll keep the money. It'll be a quiet tournament. Maybe not as many entries, but
Yeah,
it'll
I
be
think
what
what's
it'll
going to end
be.
up happening because so many people like this game has gone so gangbusters that there's just way more demand for it than they had ever expected. And it sounds like what they're going to do is they're going to strip a lot of those people of their tickets, and then there's like a wait list, and people are
Yeah,
getting redone. So yeah,
that'll be good. That'll be good.
yep.
For me, went to the doctor, played lots of hockey, and
Hmm.
um, we lost all of our Idris material that we were saving up. All of it.
Yikes.
On every account I had, too. Because I farmed on 2 different accounts. Everything gone.
Yep.
So that was disappointing. And
Yep.
then at the same time, we had, you know, Shadow Moses, who did the same thing, earned everything beforehand, but they did it slightly differently, where they like brought it up a freight elevator and then brought it back down to
Yep.
like physicalize it and then put it away. They
Yep.
saved everything, and they had the Idris
Interesting.
within a few hours of the
Yeah.
launch, and all of them were like, "Mike, look, we got the Idris," and like thinking that I would be like happy for them, and I am. But it was
Yeah. Yeah.
also like they just kept digging the knife in, not knowing that they did,
Yeah.
right? And it was just like, oh, I'm happy for you guys, but number one, like obviously we shouldn't have been able to farm this. CIG never changed the recipe because they don't care, and
Yep.
yeah, like I don't care that we
That's
lost.
super rough.
It's motivating to go in, but
Hmm.
I mean 4.5, lots of issues. Ace interceptor helmets,
Yeah.
not easy to get.
Hmm.
The medals are not in any inventory on Ace pilots anymore. There is no inventory. There's no inventory at QV stations. There's no inventory at Hathor. There's no inventory on. Oh my god! I just like I wrote it to a dev. I can't look at it now, but I just sent
Yeah.
a list of like all these weird inventory issues, and yeah. So it's like we lost everything, and it's not motivating to go
Yeah.
suffer through the pain of a lot of the bugs. So
Yeah. That's rough.
yeah.
That's super rough. Especially with them essentially like confirming something we sort of already knew, which is like a wipe's coming, just no time frame
Yep.
yet. Yeah, that's rough.
Best thing of the patch, I'm playing on my alt where I like have one ship. I did save my
Yep.
contested zone ship, the one that I stole
Okay.
from those people.
Okay.
So that's saved. So that's a
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah.
Second positive is like I went up and I just like picked up a gun off the ground. It was a Karna, and it was kind of like lots of recoil with no attachments. Put one of the new attachments on, it's a laser beam. So it was like I felt the improvement. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's nice. So yeah, there was lots of
That's sweet.
things like that. So yeah, my week has
Hell yeah.
consisted of mostly Star Citizen and mostly pain.
Yep.
And banning people in the chat for
that's
getting
every
mad
week
at
that
me
involves
being
Star
upset
Citizen.
about it. Like, yeah, like I immediately, the people who are like, it's an alpha conversations of like 13 years in and we don't know how to remember people's inventories is unacceptable. Like there's no excuses for this anymore. So yeah, I'm entitled to be upset about some things. I believe that's one of them. But yeah, I don't know what we want to jump into first. I talked a little bit about 4.5. Have you played? What's your experience?
Yeah, played a bunch today. We started with Hathor. Everything was going great. A player rocked up as we were about to put the batteries in. Gotta say, goddamn, really hard to kill a Talon pilot who just knows how to fly out of the away from the turret. Impossible to kill.
Yep.
But because of that, we got to experience actual proper in-game PvP engineering, which was sick.
Yeah. I have
It
not
was
yet.
actually a lot of fun. Yeah, so we were in the fight. We were losing. We recognized we were losing. It's like, okay, we just can't go. The ship just does not move fast enough and does not rotate fast enough for us to get on them. So we did as much as we could, and then as we started to take damage, we're like, all right, let's start to get out of the way. And
Hmm.
we had the other person in our ship actively doing repairs. We I don't know how this happened, and it may have been possibly due to like some fire or whatever. But we were able to quantum, but then our power went out like about 1,000 kilometers after the quantum.
Oh,
So
weird. Okay.
not sure exactly how that happened because you would imagine it would just either power up before you jumped or whatever. So like I said, might have been
Overheating or
like
something. Yeah.
taking damage or something. Yeah,
Or taking
overheating actually
damage.
probably would make sense, right? Yeah. Um, but then like, cool, we're stuck there. Our engineer was running around, healing the ship, taking out fires, and all that sort of stuff, and it felt cool. It felt actually really, really. It felt right in a
I
way, which is exactly what I wanted to feel. So
I continue. So I have not experienced it yet because I've been mostly playing on that alt, which has just 2 single-seater ships. So my
yeah.
engineering experience has been, it's definitely impacted me, just not in the same way, right? But a lot of the people that I've
Mhm.
talked to are like, I keep seeing people saying like, like I had the moment that like I understand why they added this,
Yeah.
right? And it was like, okay, cool. I've had a lot of moments where it's like I don't understand why they had this because the single seaters, it's not the same experience, right? It's just different. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's bad, but it was definitely different. First thing I did was, I guess this was in PTU. Yeah, it was.
Mhm.
But I took out the Redeemer because the Redeemer has 6 shields, and they made that change where the shield's health.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, let's
Matters.
see how this feels.
Yeah.
And man, the shield stayed up for a lot longer than I expected. So it was like, okay,
Mhm.
cool. And the regen was super slow. But I also, because the regen was super slow, you know how you normally like zoom in, hit your button to switch to SCM, shields come up,
Yep.
and you're ready to go? That doesn't happen when you have 6 shields, but are only regenning with 2.
Yeah.
So it took a really long time. So my shields were at like maybe 30-40%. And then I
Mhm.
started taking shots, and there were distortion ships there. So
Right.
I was disabled in seconds with a big ship
Mhm.
and was like, whoa, okay. Distortion is insane. Very powerful, but you have to like maintain the distortion, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then the rest of the time I spent in the F7A Mark II, and it had a
Mhm.
lot of moments of like, whoa, my shields are down. This is scary. Need to get out. Whoa, my shields are down. This is scary. Need to get out. Instead of previous, you just you never felt that before. So it's like impacting me in a
Yeah.
new way. And the experiences haven't been great because I keep dying. But those, and the thing is I see chat like, oh, engineering's so bad, and I'm like, no, man, I'm the bad one here. Like, or I'm losing in a situation where I'm supposed to, where I'm one
Mhm.
ship against 5, and I'm dying. Like, of
Yeah.
course. Or I'm in a Redeemer and I don't have any of the turrets piloted, right? So we're
Yeah.
dying. So it's like it's starting to make the scenarios make more sense as well,
Mhm.
potentially at least. Or maybe I'm just bad.
Yeah.
Who knows? Probably a combination of the two. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was my 4.5
Mhm.
experience. Obviously there's no event. Did you do any like Luminalia missions or
No,
anything?
no Luminalia. Similar to probably what a lot of people are doing. We just started grinding for an Idris. We had already been in the
Yeah.
process of grinding for a Polaris. Now we're just doing the exact same thing, but like 10 times harder, or
Did
like
you
10 times
lose your
more things.
stuff or did you keep stuff?
No, we kept pretty much everything we had from our Polaris grinding previously. So
What? We lost
we've still got all
literally
that.
everything. It's like crazy how unlucky we got. It was super weird.
It's because
And
your accounts are earmarked for a wipe every time there's a new patch.
I mean, it's potentially true because we have, 3-4 billion credits. We might just like look like the bad guys, even though we did it completely legitimately, which sucks,
Yeah,
right? We didn't buy anything from anybody. We sold to people.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah. Luminalia gifts. We could show that real quick, I guess.
yeah. Some skins and stuff.
Did you like any of them?
We saw yeah, I was gonna say we saw a few of them last week. And it's just more of the same.
Yeah. I like them. Yeah, there's not much to say. I do like them,
Yeah.
but I guess there isn't much to like exciting about it, right?
I will say, just in like relation to the patch, itself, and sort of like, yeah, we've got Luminalia and whatnot. This is the only patch of the year to not have a ship.
Not have a
Which
ship.
is like
Does it not have a
really
ship?
weird. No, there's no ship with this patch.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I guess because we
um,
just had a
yeah.
bunch of sales, but yeah, fair.
We did, and we had a patch every month, right? There was a lot of ships this year for sure. But that's why it was like, huh, that's weird.
Mm.
No ships for like no ships for Christmas is strange as well, because usually you can also push some sales in that way, whatever. So it was just interesting. Yeah.
Well, I see Marty in Twitch chat saying, I don't think we'll get one in January. I guess it's a good time to just quickly show the sneak peek. We're getting something. It's RSI.
That might not necessarily be January though, because some of
Yeah.
the sneak peeks can be like a couple of months ahead sometimes.
True. I think they're going to drop this because there's a lot of speculation of what it is already. Have you heard any of it? Like, it's already being said in the
People
Twitch
have
chat. Hermes.
Yeah, people have thrown Hermes at me, but I haven't
Yep.
looked into it myself much. So
It's an Apollo variant, so it already exists.
okay,
Now, do
yeah.
you not think that we might? I think we might get one in January.
Possibly January is
It's a
just a weird month
variant.
for CRG though. Is the problem
Yeah.
of like I would more expect them to push it to February just because February is usually a bigger patch.
Oh, they literally captioned it apparently as the RSI Hermes. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
So it's like an Apollo
Cool.
cargo ship, but it also mentioned like data, kind of like it might be like a data runner, and it's like what?
So nothing.
Yeah, so it doesn't do it. So it doesn't do
Doesn't do
anything. Cool.
I mean, cargo variant just makes sense for that ship, but it would be a little bit more than just your regular like reskin variant because you would have to do something to the entryway.
Yeah.
You're not fitting cargo boxes in a regular Apollo.
That was my thought. It was like, hey, you got to change the back then somehow, but okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want to start getting into the year now?
Let's do it. Now, end of last year was rough. But we were 4.0 was coming. We got the 4.0 open PTU patch just before Christmas. Everyone very excited. Holy crap, Pyro's still here. Or Pyro's coming. And it was terrible. That was responded relatively quickly by the letter from the chairman.
Oh, let's do letter. Let's do letter.
I think
have
letter is the best way to start, right? Because letter,
Yeah.
it was the like, how are we gonna feel about this year, or at least what does Chris want us to feel about this coming year?
Yeah.
Right?
How are we going to get marketed to?
Yeah. Once again, 4.0 coming out. Pyro finally, right? Server meshing finally. These things that are like one massive content that we've been waiting for a literal over a decade for that they've been talking about. The other one, the magical miracle tech that will solve all of our problems, right? And then so we get this letter from the chairman. A bunch of conversation in here about what 4.0 is. The big thing is exactly where you're on right now. This year will be a focus on playability. In these
that was
little
me
paragraphs
getting
here,
angry.
Yeah.
Wiggling my mouse.
In these paragraphs here, like genuine, I don't know if it is genuine, sounds genuine of we appreciate the game sucks a lot of the time. We want to fix that, right?
Also, the
quality of life issues.
We often see. I wonder if you do. I just want to make sure that we're very clear on this. It says playability. I did a video on this because I was like, this is not the year of stability. I'm gonna like look at all this. I'm gonna break it all down, and I'm going to crap on them in a video. And then when I did my research, I looked and I was like, it doesn't say stability. It says playability, and stability and bugs and things like that are a part of it. But when you look at what their goals were for the year in this, they didn't entirely miss the mark on their communication here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but that was the thing. This was the I'm trying to think of the word. It's like this sets the tone for the year.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
they had already mentioned. I think before this, they had already mentioned the no features for 2025.
Mhm.
Now we ended up technically getting engineering, and that was it. I think
There were a lot of features
actual
added.
factual feature,
There were a lot of
lots of
features added.
content, and lots of mini
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 features.
features. Right?
Yeah.
Like no engineering, obviously the big one. Um, and so we were wondering, well, what does a 2025 look like if there's no features? We just had multiple years where they were adding cargo, they were adding inventory, they were adding medical. 2024 they added a bunch of the Squadron 42 features, right? Like a bunch of those came over, and this was going to be a year of none of that.
Yep.
I don't think in this they remotely talk about how much content we were going to get this year.
Not how much, because we didn't know, and I don't think that they knew, but they definitely
Possibly, yeah.
talked about content at some point.
Because like my when I read this, I was like, awesome. You want to dedicate like fixing bugs and getting them fixed faster than normal, and that's up for discussion about which bugs and periods of the year they succeeded and failed at that. But it was like, okay, so this is going to be a year of like just bugs being fixed, just that sort of stuff, and we're going to be playing essentially the same game the whole year.
Yeah.
And that was not the case. We weren't playing the same game the whole year.
No,
we were
every
playing
patch was something kind of new to dive into, right?
exactly, and
Yeah.
they did get on their promise of one patch a month.
Yeah,
I
they did
still
not
have
miss, really.
yeah,
they
I
really
have
didn't miss.
still some issues with the idea of a patch a month because they were like, you know, we don't want to put ourselves in a spot where we have to deliver these major patches, but instead you were putting yourselves in a spot of where we have to deliver minor patches every month. So I still have problems with that, but they did that. They did what they said, a patch every month.
Yeah, I have a lot to say
Most
about
of
that.
those patches came came with bug fixes. Pretty much every patch came with new content for us to enjoy. It was this the year for the year for me turned out better than what I read here, but I still
Same.
think they didn't necessarily like the promise of playability missed the mark a few times through the year. You know what I mean?
100% on the
Yeah.
stability side, because here are the critical
Yeah.
areas: performance and stability and content. So the critical areas, I think they nailed the content, spent way too much time on the content, fixing the content that was bugged every time we had a PTU. Stability suffered at times because of that, but overall stability was extremely strong because 30K. Oh, I gotta mute because I know they're already gonna play the sounds. I just caught it. I just added a new sound of Jared saying it was the best year ever. No 30Ks.
All
I
right.
had it because I had a 30K yesterday. So there, I was like, this now I gotta add this.
Yeah.
The stability is so much stronger. Like, we do
100%.
not have the amount of crashes that we had before. We do not have even the amount of server errors that we had before. Performance is where I think they missed, and wherever you speckle bugs into, that's in content, stability, and performance mixed into all of them in some way. The focus on this caused the bugs everywhere to stack up on top of each other. And now we're in 4.5, where all of the content that they have added in the entire year has either major issues, if you consider contested zones and the exploits that are there, and Hathor's bugged, Worm is bugged, the Ace pilots are bugged, Wicklow is bugged, LTP is messed up, the QV stations are bugged. Everything that's been added this year has bugs that actually make it broken. And I think, and as good as the content was, they definitely, I wouldn't give them an A. I don't know if I would give
No.
them passing on that aspect of it. And that
Mhm.
is where, like, that was my buy-in for the year. Is I was
Yeah.
so pleasantly surprised, like you said, about how much content that we got. But my expectations going into the year was like, all right, man, it's gonna be boring, but they're gonna
Mhm.
fix shit. And they
Yeah.
didn't. And they
Yeah.
did with some stuff, but they allowed more shit to pile up on top of it. And now there's things, the quantum travel is as bad as it's ever been, and so
Mhm.
on and so forth. I still switch my weapons, and it just disappears, right?
Yeah.
So there's lots of issues still. So that was the, like, there's positives, there was negatives. No doubt in my mind, this was the best year we ever had. It's not even
Yep.
close.
100%.
Not even
100%.
close.
The amount of, first off, like long gameplay sessions I was able to have this year with uninterrupted,
Yep.
thanks to no crashes or no
I played more than ever
30K
this year.
esque things, 100%. Which, like, uh, by CIG's own reckoning, give it however much value you want. But then also, anecdotally from people I have heard,
100%.
yeah, that is the same case. People are
Yeah.
playing a lot more than they ever have. Um, I think a lot of that does have to do with the content itself, and
That's
them
stability.
introducing progression for the first time.
Yep.
But stability is going to help a lot there as
Like
well.
when
If
they
people
mentioned
aren't,
play sessions, right?
yes, yeah,
Because I would quit.
yeah.
I mean,
If people aren't,
30K, I'm done, dude.
yeah, 100%. I've done my share of that for the longest time, right? Especially
Yeah.
if you're trying to do a specific thing and you crash like 4 times, it gets
Yeah.
rough.
What did we
Um,
not do
I
this
like,
year?
yeah, I like that you stopped here. So once again, when we read this, we're like, all right, so what does this year look like? They talk about EPTU,
Yep.
um, and actually using it to test things in like a closed environment for multiple purposes, whether the mechanics is actually good, whether it works in terms of like actual performance and stuff, all that sort of stuff. We did not see an EPTU until the Vulcan one in August, I want to
Which
say.
was like
Uh, so that's
not
8 months.
like, what was your expectations when you read this? Like, I was
The second they said
expecting,
this, especially because we had engineering last year,
yep,
was like February or March. Engineering
engineering,
EPTU.
yep,
Yeah,
crafting,
100%. And then,
base
yeah, and
building,
then whatever else, right?
economy, maybe social
Yeah,
tools. Like, that's what I was expecting to see here. Was like, all right,
yeah,
guys, my expectations for the year were live is going to be terrible and boring, but occasionally we're going to get these exciting
yeah.
EPTU patches that are going to come and they're going to go, but we're going to be like, whoa, this is what's coming. These are
Mhm.
exciting. Oh, dive into it. All right, there's tons of issues with this, but it doesn't matter. I can see what their goals are. And oh, I can see it's bad. I can see it's good. Tons of things to talk
Yeah,
about. That's not what happened at all.
yeah.
We had an incredibly boring EPTU to start, and then we had the engineering one for a little while,
Yeah.
which was in Evo the entire time. It was never EPTU,
Uh,
I don't think, outside of Evo. It was never like a tech
correct. Yeah,
preview,
I don't
right?
think it was in the experimental ever. Like the tech. Yeah, I don't think it was in the tech preview. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? I don't remember
I
actually.
can't remember,
That might
but
be
I think it
something
was always
to
a
look back on.
PTU. So it's like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So like they didn't do this year. They missed the mark here.
Yeah.
By every metric that they tried to
Yeah.
explain here, which is fine. It sucked, and I hope they
They did start doing it, but it's just they started it really late in the year. It made no
exactly.
sense to like announce it that early, right?
Yeah.
If they continue the trend and they like keep doing it, cool, right? If we do in fact see the crafting test happen, which I do have a prediction that they're probably going to do it Tuesday, one day, take it off before the holidays, let people check out like some really janky crafting thing. But over the course of the next few months, as long as they keep doing it, sure, cool, you're doing it. It was just very, very late for some reason.
Yeah, they're gone for sure.
Yep.
I don't know. Somebody's asking why I'm quiet,
yeah.
so I'll turn my mic up a little bit. But yeah, I mean that was the letter.
Yeah, and
and then
my biggest takeaway is like we kept using that phrase, the year of stability, the year of playability. And I do not want to diminish what they did do for stability and playability, but I do want to say I don't think that's the correct title. I think this was the year of content.
Yeah.
Which maybe we'll move to now. All of the patches that we got this year. So much content.
All right. And again, thank you to Jump Point, because this makes life so easy. You guys are going to love this when you see what we have here. Boom. They just break it down into the months for us.
Lovely.
January, Fight for Pyro. Jared tells us I think in a February SCL, what you do here is going to change the way Pyro looks forever. So I'm thinking, all right, we got Citizens for Pyro. These are the casuals. They want to make it like Economy, and they want to make it like Stanton. And then you have the Headhunters, who are psychos, and they want to leave it like chaos. And I'm like, I want the chaos because I want risk and reward. So this is
but also importantly, this is the Pyro patch as well.
Yeah.
Pyro releases to live
after
in January
the preview
this year.
That we had over the holiday.
The terrible tech preview, the terrible PTU, and also not a great live release as well. CZs was like pretty busted for the first few actually for the first few days are like fine, but like immediately busted after that.
Yep.
But Pyro was finally here.
Yes.
Which
let's talk.
Holy crap.
Let's talk about the event. They learned a lot of lessons from this event. Fight for Pyro, you had to pick a side. And so you picked one, and only one per account. Everything changed after this. So I have 3 accounts that each one beat the track of all the things. So that was very different from the rest of the year. Rewards were the skins that were faction specific, and then the Ripper SMG. Ripper SMG kind of stayed exclusive to this until the end of the year as well. It was hard to get until now. You just buy it in Nix. But events, Red Festival. So something I want to say on that is I believe this was the first event of Kill Collector, where you had to kill and win the event to get the reward for the Red Festival. Yeah, I can't find the information. I mean, I could actually. If you give me a second, I can find it.
I feel like we did have it last year. Because a lot of the changes with Arena Commander that had finished happening, they had put in stuff like that. Because like Halloween last year, I think we had Kill Collector as well.
Can you see the emote in chat?
No, not right now.
Okay.
I think it did exist before.
Okay, maybe not. Regardless, I like those events. I think Kill Collector's fun. Ship
for sure.
Misfortune. Misfortune. They missed the mark on it incredibly. It was a horrible ship from the start, and I think they've resolved a lot of the issues with it now. But at the time, it was not worth anything.
Yeah.
February. Supply or die. Go.
I think we need to talk more on January with this 4.0 release. So as part of this,
I have this
CZs.
Yeah.
A PvP or PvPvE. Basically, how do you make an extraction shooter inside an MMO? Right?
They haven't figured it out yet, Croncy.
True.
They haven't figured it out yet.
That's the concept. We're doing PvPvE. We have these 3 locations that share a lot of assets, but they have their own flavor to them. They have their own factions to them. And an actual reward you want to get in-game for the first time ever. Something that you can try to earn in-game that cannot be bought with UEC or real money.
Yep.
Right? That's a first for CRG. They'd ever done that.
Sure.
And since CZs have had problems every single patch.
Yes. And to be fair, the reason why I'm playing the game more than ever is because of that specific reason. Yeah. Is I like playing video games. I don't know what the rest of this community likes with the amount of arguing they have towards me, but I like playing video games, so I like making progress in the video game and not on the website. And
Yep.
these things gave me the ability to do that. And that's why I played so much this year, for
Yep.
sure. So I think this is where that comes up. The jump point, right?
Yep.
Like jumping through a jump point for the first time was a great experience and all that stuff. So yeah, January
Yep.
was a big patch. And,
Yeah.
you know, when we get to 4.5, I think they learned a lot of lessons from how big this patch was of, hey,
Yes.
maybe we shouldn't do that because
Yeah.
tons
and
of problems.
4.4 as well in a similar vein.
Yeah. Here we still had
Yep.
elevators that we couldn't interact with. And, you know, this was we need to have a talk about the transit system and this and that. And yeah, there was lots of things. So yeah. But yeah, that's true. I mean, contested zones, I feel like, have always been in the game now that we've had them for so long. It feels like it's like forgot to even mention them. And yeah, so that was January, unless there's anything else you want to add.
No.
Okay. So that was January. Let's move into February. I'll just go back to the post.
Yeah,
And February was Coramore, which I think had another kill collector, and Supplier Die. Supplier Die was the like cool prospector paint, I think. That like neon.
Yes.
That neon paint.
I think so.
Like the CZ marker paint, basically. And you got rewards for each faction, but you didn't have to choose. So this is where they were like, oh, people don't like choosing. So they immediately went away. And I was like, well, they don't like that they didn't get to get everything.
Yeah.
And I think that is fair for the time being. Because you need to pay to have another account to earn everything.
Yeah.
Like if they had character slots, if they ever like, we don't know 100% if they're going to do it, if they're not, like what if they do, what it's going to be. If they had character slots, I would say force people to choose, because then the story gets way more interesting. So yeah. That I don't know what you think about it, but like for me, as far as the reward side, the first event of the year was like the most impactful. Like the grind meant something to me, because I was like, oh, these will be rare because everybody will not do this, right? Like who has slicer stuff? Probably not that many people.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for Supply or Die specifically, that I think was a big takeaway from this year, is just like the economy team getting to see why we're all
what we're motivated by.
Like if you remember Supply or Die, they had right in the middle, they like changed. I don't remember what it was they changed. Yeah. So it was very funny. People lining up at Magnus Gate to buy the cargo. Very Jumptown-esque, right?
Yep.
But it was kind of like you took the players, and this is 100% on CRG, not the players, but the players took the event and made it boring. And it was just, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to buy a bunch of the cargo, I'm going to do nothing, and then I'm going to travel, right? And that can be a fine gameplay loop. That was clearly not what CRG were trying to make. So the economy team got to see what actually happens when us players end up doing these kinds of events, and how we can, make them worse and make them not feel like an event. So, I liked that. You could see a little bit of what they learnt from this at an event that happened later in the year. Unfortunately, that event had a lot of other problems that messed some stuff up. But CRG clearly learnt a lot from this, of just like, and I think it was a recurring thing throughout the year. How do our players actually play the game, and how do we modify whatever we want to do to actually make that work?
Yeah. Rewards were okay. The skins were cool. The rest of the stuff I thought was like kind of crap. This is when we got the Heartseeker upgrade kit, which started it all. This is where they were like, oh, we can do this, and we will. We also, more Mark IIs and good times.
Yep.
March. This is my number one.
Yeah.
Most fun, best patch of the year, most scuffed, worst
at the time, yeah.
performance at the beginning.
Yep.
This was the introduction of my favorite thing. I still do it to this day. I was doing it this morning.
Yeah, we were doing it today as well.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Hathor. Another way, once again, for us to earn stuff in game that you cannot buy with real money and stuff.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't remember if it was in the initial patch, but this is also the introduction of Wicklow. Which, first time that we finally get to actually. I've got 4.1.
Yeah.
Having Wicklow.
Okay, I think
I don't know. I just don't remember if it was the very. Yeah, I think it might have been like a .1 whatever.
Yeah.
But Hathor and Wicklow obviously very tied together with each other.
No, this was Wicklow. This
it was.
Yeah, because this was 30K Inc. Shadow Moses coming together, and we got the Idris or the Polaris.
The Polaris. Yeah.
Yeah. That was this.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, Wicklow and Hathor completely changing the landscape of the game and the way that orgs actually play the game, having something for orgs to do in Star Citizen for the first time ever, because it just did not exist before that. Like you said, very scuffed initial release, but probably the most consistently working post-release of all the new content this year.
Yeah, that's debatable, but
maybe Onyx Facilities, but like.
Yeah,
I think it's probably Hathor.
Maybe, and it just consistently fun. This is Jump Town.
Yes.
This is like, all right, we need to be able to do a Jump Town like thing. That's not Jump Town. Like, remember how they were like, you were going to be able to trigger Jump Town
as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are going to be. This is the first dynamic event, kind of in a lot of ways. Is you are going to trigger Jump Town, and you are going to make this hole open with all these goodies inside. The pure Karenite rates are a joke still. The amount of times I open a hole and there's none there. You have to clear everything, wait for respawn, and hope it comes back. I don't think that mechanic is good. That's my only feedback. Like, guarantee one node. It's such a small amount, right? And then balance the turn-in amounts from there. Like, as a player, I do all that work. I want to feel like I got the grand prize for actually getting in the hole. Where it's iffy is you could just log out in the hole and take the Karenite or whatever, and it's like, that's cringe. So they need to deal with something like that. But again, my favorite patch of the year, the most meaningful, impactful thing I've ever done in this game. And the funniest thing is like most of this was Theaters of War.
Yes. Reskins,
assets,
repurposed Theaters of War.
Yep.
Which cool, right? They I never got to actually play Theaters of War, so I don't know how much turning on the laser was
I never did.
Thing in that.
Yeah, I never did.
But
so I don't know.
At the very least, they managed to make all these art assets and stuff into a really enjoyable MMO experience for this weird little game. So yeah, I think they absolutely crushed it with Hathor. And once again, helped them learn a lot of stuff for the other future things that came out this year.
Yep.
Although some lessons less learned. But
yeah.
All
right. Stella Fortuna were the events, and Captains of Industry, nothing there. Those were just ship sales. The Atlas Geo is there, and the Drake
the Atlas being mentioned all the time is just always funny because it was such a meme of a thing last year.
$40 tractor beam, by the way. And then they tried to do the same thing with the Geo, and I don't know, the Geo's never really worked well. We sometimes bring it, we sometimes don't. Pretty bad. April was Triggerfish.
Before we move on,
before we move on
to April, the most important thing, Mike, is something we had been waiting for. They came out in this patch. It was part of Hathor. I think since 2016. Worms, Mike. We've got worms.
we've got worms. And yeah, that's a really good point. It was the first, like, the little baby ones.
Yep.
And yeah, that was our first creature, right?
No, not our first creature. We had
No,
had
the
the
dogs were our
quasi
first creature.
grazers came out start of the year. The dogs came out
Last year.
I think. So we've had creatures. Yeah, the dogs and the Maroks came out last year.
Yeah.
But this was the worms. And to be fair, I was actually saying that as a bit of a joke because the
Because-
actual worms came out later in the year.
We were expecting
But
the
yeah.
big worm, and then they came out and told us that so were
Yeah.
they.
Yeah.
Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's
actually.
right. There was in a video that was like, was it during SitCon?
Yeah.
I remember it was yeah.
No.
They said that
Post-SitCon.
originally they wanted the mining laser to summon the adult Valakar.
Yep.
But for whatever reason it didn't work. And instead they did something I arguably think is better. Like I think it is cool. Like if you just go from combat to combat to combat, that can still be fun 100%. And in some of the other events it is. But going like combat to like, hey, do a little bit of industry, but you need to be making sure you're watching out and stuff. I think that was actually a little bit cooler. So
Yeah. Also, totally forgot. First time we got a Volt weapon.
Oh yeah.
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 So that's why I paused here. Yep. This was Parallax. This was the patch. All right. So yeah, like, dude, we're missing. Like, it's impossible to catch everything. I'm trying.
Yeah. There's so many things.
Yeah. So I got to make sure I put the videos up and the jump point. So April was
also quickly.
Triggerfish. Just say.
I just want to say, all of these ships are between March and I think until just before Invictus. Because some of them will be in the next month and two, but some of them won't. Asgard, Starlance Attack, MX, Guardian MX, Grey Cat MTC, the Idris P that happens at Invictus, Atlas Geo, Drake Golem. Yeah. All right, continue.
Triggerfish was, I think, the best April Fools we had. I think this was so cool. I know it got leaked.
Yes,
but
bring
this
it back.
is so cool. Yeah, that should like remain a permanent thing, or always come back in April with that.
Yeah.
Then Invictus.
Yeah.
I would say this was my least favorite part of the year.
There was some big drama that happened with it. I don't know if it would be my least favorite part of the year, just because finally releasing the Idris as a like player spawnable ship after it already being in the game for 2 years, I think, essentially. It had been a little bit. It had been basically since the first dynamic event, which was Xenothreat, right? That was cool. Still doesn't really exist there to be a purpose for an Idris in game. As in, like, there's no mission, there's no dynamic event or anything where it's like you need to bring an Idris to that. That doesn't exist yet. But I was happy that it felt weird that it hadn't happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I just didn't like it because performance was really bad. The Idris was very powerful, of course. Yes. And it just was like so weird. And this was also like ghillie training was like the first I see that it mentioned here. First time like the ghillie training stuff that never really built too much on top of that. It's sort of was like the start of the patrol missions and things that we got later on in the year. But yeah, this is the classic sale patch, so there's not a ton of content here.
There's one. This is May, right? If I'm correct, because I'm
yes,
yeah. I'm double checking the release view. Mike, your favorite feature in Star Citizen was released in May.
What was that?
Item recovery tier 0.
Gotta go. I take it back. Take it back. Worst year in Star Citizen's history.
This, like, after a pretty good first few months, right? Including 2 bits of content that we've mentioned already, CZs and Hathor, where, you know, like, player loot is relevant. Player loot is super, super relevant.
Yep.
They then completely pulled it apart, right? They talk about this giant plan that they have for item recovery. We have still not remotely seen how this is going to work, and it
I'm so
still
glad you
feels like
brought
it's
this
very
up.
far away. I don't know if we have like I don't know if this. I think this is the winner of like probably the worst thing in game this year, right?
Yeah. But
At least
simultaneously the best.
from some people's perspective, because some people, that's not how they play.
But even us, like, how many times has your experience not been worsened because you died and you have all your stuff and you just get to go back and play?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So again, like what we have to make people understand here is what is the actual issues, and everyone's like, well, I don't want to lose my stuff, and it's like, okay, well, is that the issue, or is it the amount of time it takes to get back into the game once you've lost your stuff? And to me, the losing is less of an issue outside of subscriber paid skins. We've talked tons about this. We don't need to harp on it. But for me, it's like getting back into the game. Like I had this experience the other day where it was, all right, I'm in Levski. I'm trying to gain intersect rep because for people who don't know, the medals that we can't find on ace pilots apparently are in the blue containers at the QV station. So now I need intersect rep to go fight the Vandal mission or whatever, right? And cool, great. And I'm dying occasionally because I'm a solo against all these ships. And then it's like, all right, now I'm getting to know what it's like to have one ship. And I have one, and I click claim, and what do I do now? I wait 3-5 minutes, and then I get to go back. Now I have to QT travel for another 5 minutes to get there. It's like, what percentage of a normal play session was that just got taken up, right? So they input tier 0 item recovery because they don't want people to lose their stuff. But it's like, there's like, it's so much deeper.
Yes.
Like the problem,
and I
right?
think the murkiness of the whole situation is they tried to solve a problem by taking away a very integral part of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you're not adding something in to solve the problem. You're removing something that a lot of people enjoyed. And for a lot of us, at least in my opinion, was a core tenet of the game. Right?
Yep.
And in the year of playability, that makes it a lot less playable in some ways. So that's why we talk about
100%.
it like every podcast pretty much it comes up. But yeah.
Tier 1 item recovery on the road, the month report multiple times. No discussions of it. Nothing. For me personally, the longer that stays out, the better. For now, I don't care about tier 0 item recovery right now. I care about item recovery in the long term and what it actually means and who they're trying to help and who they're hurting and what they're hurting and what they're trying to help, right? And I hope they understand that this is a much deeper issue that is not I click a button and I get my stuff back. It's not I give some stuff in and get some stuff back. It's like it is the foundation of your game that is broken. It's the experience that you've created is broken and needs to be fixed. So same thing, more stuff we'll talk about around med gel and things like that as well. June, we finally got our worm.
Yep. Yeah. It's this is the more or less the actual worm. It's at least a huge giant worm. I believe the size is technically like half of what they want the big sandworm to be, but still an enormous boss battle. Very, very cool atmosphere.
Cinema.
This was, to me, the first time that they had used any of the planets of Pyro to their advantage, right?
Correct.
Like taking the idea of Pyro 1 being this this murky, storm-ridden planet and then actually making you fight in there, having these storms that I think they still could have done more with by, like, let you drive in instead of having these shuttles, but still a cool idea. And then tying that into what was now starting to become a actual progression system that they introduced with Hathor and CZ. So super cool. Still love it. Still broken.
The most broken thing about it is
cool.
tier 0 item recovery.
True, yeah.
Yeah. That's the biggest issue with it is they implemented this right after that, and you can respawn there and just go. Like it's endless to fight against people. It's the worst experience possible. If you have PvP, if you are alone and have PvE, I think it's one of the better ones. Shooting the weak spots and watching it splash and all that was like, okay. And they also, like, as you're exploring, it told me where the weak spots were. Like the environment,
the environmental storytelling
was fantastic, right?
Yeah. It was also their first time. It was their first like foray into a actual Star Citizen story as well. Like, you could say that Fight for Pyro and the cargo one that we talked about, because I've already forgotten the name. You could say that they had a little bit of story, but it was purely like mission text. And it was just, there wasn't much to it. When you actually went to these locations, you learnt the story of Jorrit, and you learnt it through audio dialogue. You learnt it through the emails and stuff that were on all the pads, and you got to learn a bit about what was going on. Sick, right? It's something that's been missing from Star Citizen for a really long time, is actual depth in the activities that you're doing, so that it's not just, oh no, we got attacked, come save, right? And I think they did a great job here, and it drastically improves as well later in the year with the Onyx stuff, which we'll get to later.
Yes. And also, like, we'll talk about it later. Also super disappointing. Alien Week, and with Alien Week, Asperia Prowler utility. I think one of the coolest ships added to the game. Most, like, super useful for content like this. I don't know if it can fit. I never tried. I don't know if it can fit the teeth from the worm, but it can definitely fit the batteries for Hathor, and it's stealthy, so it's kind of useful there. Next up, if that's it for you, I don't want to.
I think so.
July,
I think so.
Race for Stanton. Some of the best rewards. That was the most MMO grind, but in the worst way possible that I've experienced.
Yeah. They tried to learn from the cargo event earlier in the year and implemented things to learn from it. But then a combination of it. First off, like, why are you not doing this more in Pyro? Like, please continue to show off your new stuff, right? It was weird in that aspect. But then, like, it just being so buggy that it was Race for Stanton that I believe they, like, said, we'll keep it going through next patch, right? It was like the first one where they're like, we're sorry for the bugs, we've got to continue the event so people can actually do it.
To me, this was, like, really frustrating, because we're sorry isn't good enough in these cases, because
100%.
You are oblivious if you put these at an outpost. You have no idea the state of your game, and nobody is paying attention. And I don't know what game they're looking at, but to put these, and the intro specifically, at an outpost was purely idiotic. There is no other way to say it. That was dumb. And like, sorry, won't change that one for me, because this patch represented what this company as a whole has turned into, and it is this aloof, we're just going to do our own thing, we just want to make cool stuff or something, and not really paying attention or something. Like, I don't know, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you were just, like, clueless to the state of your game.
There's a disconnection.
Disconnection, is probably a better way. And it was, like, very obvious here. And we still have those horrible outposts, and I don't think freight elevators really have been resolved. Are they better?
They still seem like they're a little better in some ways, but they still seem like this big wall of, like, how long is this going to be buggy, right? Like, freight elevators feel like such a. People say sunken cost fallacy with Star Citizen, and I don't usually believe that, as in, like, for player perspective a lot of the time. But I do believe in the dev freight elevator sunken cost fallacy.
Yeah, and their, like, dumb holographic
we're just
UI.
trying to make it work because we've tried to, right? Yeah.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
To switch it up a little bit, just talking both in June and July.
Yep.
Two things that CIG released in these months that do prove once again, just like sometimes they knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Dynamic rain, and it worked, and it was
Yep.
very cool.
Yep.
They haven't really implemented it into game play, right? For dynamic rain mattering. But it was in there. It worked. And obviously, because of the Stormbreaker, we had radiation. Radiation has come back in the Onyx facilities. I don't think we've seen it anywhere else. But it was different. It was unique. Fleshed out the game a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. RSI Meteor was also added in July.
Yes.
Dumb shit. Okay. August is when we started getting cool. This was cooperative zones.
Yes. Yeah, because they renamed it, right? Or they unnamed it.
Mm-hmm.
But essentially just like, they are more of like one of our biggest complaints when we were talking about the irradiated Valakar is it was a PvP open area that didn't feel like it was supposed to be a PvP open area.
Yeah.
It felt like a 4-person PvE like raid.
Yeah.
Which was weird. It was a little strange. This was a 4-person PvE raid with the extremely smallest amount of chance for PvP if you get extremely unlucky with like rolls or something. They, as far as I'm aware, all of these assets completely new. They were not reused like a lot of the other ones. Like the other ASD facilities from the irradiated Valakar were reusing Good Doctor.
Yeah. Completely new is a little
brand new.
Yeah, you're right, but
brand new as in we hadn't experienced these locations as gameplay before.
But what they are, which is kind of cool, is they were the underbelly of the distribution center. So they're like
that we had seen like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so we got the full distribution center split up. And I want to speak on that for just a second, because the reason why there was such an impossible almost scenario for PvP is because there was like 120 of these. So this is when, this is specifically when content started to take precedence over performance in that letter from the chairman. And this is, Hathor is specifically when performance started to die. This is when they just stopped caring, I think. I don't know, but, go look at your server frame rates in 4.5. This stuff just keeps piling onto each other and getting worse. And I think it's for reasons like this is the like, all right, well, we want to make these areas as if we had instancing. And like, again, if we look at the worm, that is an instance like built from the start to finish as if it was instance, and it's just not.
Exactly.
So it's like we could tell what their intentions are now that we know that instancing is their intention. But this was a location that I think this is when all that speculation started to happen, that instancing was coming. And that's where they started faking it, but I think it actually started hurting the performance. So, yeah.
With that being said, this is my favorite patch of the year. Just because this content, I think, is the best they have made in the game ever. Now, it was split into like a couple of months here.
So
because
you're more thinking on the full breadth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I can sort of agree.
The patch itself of all of what is that, 4.3? Yeah, all of 4.3.
Yeah.
Is my favorite just because of this content. The storytelling was so good through the wings and eventually into what is it, Site B. It was so cool. The actual content itself, like, it was a very enjoyable FPS experience to me. We like this is one of the first times where Hathor also was one of these, but like this is one of the first real times where I'm like, I can grind this. I can 100% grind this. I'm going to enjoy it a ton. And it just sort of showed to me, it's like, cool, that like a bit of the experience that I've always wanted in Star Citizen is possible if they continue to do, things like this. So my one maybe complaint was that it was entirely FPS. which like you need to have some things that are entirely FPS for sure, but it was like you couldn't put like something in there. I don't know. I don't know. It was just
I
like,
mean, hey,
you know,
most of this content this year was mostly FPS.
yeah, CZ's entirely FPS, essentially.
Up to this
Uh,
point.
the Hathor was the like only big combined arms. And that was cool. Like that's probably one of the things that makes Hathor extra dope is like
Yeah.
once you're done with the FPS section, go fight some prospectors up in the thing before
Or
you do
fight
some
off
more
the
FPS.
ships coming down or whatever, right? Like
Exactly, yeah.
it was always a different
Yeah.
experience. You never knew what you were going to get, but it usually
Yeah.
was a combination of the two.
Yes. But otherwise, yeah, you're right. Like FPS was clearly the focus of this year, which once again we'll get into later. They talk a little bit about the future and it not being necessarily so FPS focused all the time.
Sure.
But yeah, that's all I'm saying. This patch as a whole is certainly my favorite, and love this content.
L21 Wolf added, extremely popular ship up to
What a
this
ship!
day.
What a cool ship! Yep.
RSI Apollo added. I never see anyone use it. I did use one a couple days ago, but it's very rare.
That one was one of the like, look, I'm glad you're bringing in older ships, but the mechanic is not remotely supported.
Yeah.
Like it's just
It's weird.
Yep.
Then October, CitizenCon. Maybe start with
Yes.
that.
Yeah. So no live CitizenCon again this year. We just had 2 years of live CitizenCons. Where in both CitizenCons they talked about Squadron 42. And I actually, like, after a couple of months now, I think that's maybe why they didn't do it live again. They don't want to just come out again and go like, hey guys, here's another 30 minutes of Squadron, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They mentioned, you know, like they did it because the extra time that would have been spent on organizing the convention was essentially going towards Squadron. But I don't necessarily know how true that is or like how impactful that is versus like the amount of hype that you get from a live CitizenCon and whatnot. But that's honestly the smallest part of the CitCon. Obviously, they go through a lot of the stuff that they're working on. And my biggest thing was like, you know, they talked a lot about Nyx in the like upcoming release that was the next month. They talk about the content that Nyx will come with, similar to how Pyro had CZs, and then we had Hathor, and then we had the irradiated Valakar. It's like, all right, cool. What's your process then? And they're like, we're still going to keep doing that. We're going to keep like, we want to keep adding these kinds of content, these repeatable bits of content, story-based content, whatever it is, into these new locations. And we've seen none of it yet, but that's the Nyx only came out last month, so
yeah, and that's whatever. I thought it was like an okay CitCon, but
yeah, my biggest thing that was like, all right, cool. We just mentioned this year was super heavily FPS focused. I think 2 of the things they mentioned for Nyx are primarily FPS of these locations and events. And then at the very least, the biggest one is finally content for giant orgs that does involve things like Idris's, things like Polaris's, and the best part of that presentation, you can't solo it in an Idris. You will have to need proper combined arms. And I was like, hell yes, let's go. That's what this game needs.
Yeah, for sure. So some good communication from CitCon. Some could have been better, but
yep.
that's what we got there. I'll pause that and go here. Oh, also apparently new Luminalia gift. So let's open it together. I need to refresh.
Wait, 13? This says 13 after that. There is a surprise gift.
Yeah.
Because it's 12 days, right?
Yeah. Oh, a knife. Whoever said it was an exciting gift, I hate you, because it's not. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's the other handlebar, guys.
Yeah. What the heck?
Yeah, there was not really much else for October, right? It was the yeah. Sorry,
hey,
so we get another event.
This is when all the ships released: Paladin, Shiv, Stinger. 2 of those were great. The Stinger just never became useful.
Shiv super relevant because new manufacturer. They haven't had a new manufacturer
Yep.
since I think Gattac were the previous like newest one.
Yep.
And once again a reused squadron asset, but is like one of the manufacturers that like probably has me the most excited because I love the idea of taking existing ships and just aftermarketing the crap out of them to make them a bit more interesting.
And this is when we killed this old bag.
I did not finish this event. I realized. Oops.
Not didn't matter anyway. Didn't do anything. Nothing happened. All you got is a.
Her body is in Ruin Station.
Wow.
That's cool.
Jared, we changed Pyro forever. We changed Pyro forever. Incredible.
That's actually a good point. We didn't mention because we talked about the change Pyro forever for Fight for Pyro. We didn't mention the reward for the cargo, the original cargo one. No, original? No, the second cargo one. The bugged cargo one.
This one.
Yeah. Which
best rewards,
I think was kind of cool of renaming the station is kind of cool, and making it dedicated to that faction is kind of dope.
It still says Pyro Station on the Moby Glass though.
It does. But it's got some Hearthstone Dynamics flavor in there now.
Yep.
And I would hope eventually they rename it like Hearthstone Station or something.
Yeah, and I think they need to do more when it comes to this. This was an entire year of like what they tried to pretend was meaningful, and it just wasn't. So yeah, what's up? Is what I would say to this one. This one was really bad. From
especially after like
the
the bomb. I think they did a great job early with the Frontier Fighters storyline of the bombshell of, oops, guys, you chose the bad guy. It was kind of funny, and it was like, holy
like the
crap,
start of the year with a banger, and they're like, all right, they're gonna like do crazy shit with the story,
and then lose. Okay, is that it?
Yeah, and then they just like didn't. So you're like, okay, cool. All right, now we move on to Nyx.
Yes. Within the space of a year, technically 2 systems in the same year. That technically is putting in so much work.
Don't feed into their bullshit, because that's feeding into their narrative that they want to push.
Yeah.
To make them look good, and they don't need to do that. Because like we're going through the year, and the year was good. You don't need to do this shit to pretend to be good. Because it was good.
The emphasis should not be put on 2 systems a year. It should more be put on like, hey, we have another large landing zone, regardless of how buggy it is.
And it's very different.
Yeah, it's very different. It is a fan favorite, right? Like it's the return of this fan favorite that hasn't been in the game for 5 years. And they
made it so much cooler looking than it was.
Yep. Exactly. And it is, hey guys, this is going to be the focus of the content for the next year. Right?
And something
that's what you want to focus on.
Something that I didn't know, but somebody told me in chat today, because I guess some of the org mates were starting to mine for Polaris bits that we lost. You can only get the Surge and Ryger C3 modules in Levski now. So it's like, okay, cool. Like, because this is supposed to be like a mining system, and those are pretty useful mining attachments, right? So that's why I'm mentioning that. So it's like, all right, like what's the theme of the system? You know, I was hoping to see like a lot of mining stuff and a lot of salvage stuff around here, the blue collar type of work, and they're trying, but they need a lot more to be able to do that, right?
My 2 favorite things with Nyx release. One, I absolutely love what they did with the Glacium Ring. I've talked about it, like
it's beautiful
to no end. It's just so cool, and that the way that you see it when you're like at distance, and very, very dope. And I absolutely love that.
Time for content in it.
Exactly, yeah.
And that's why we're communicating kind of Nyx, because it's like there's a landing zone, but the major area play space is this Glacium Ring that Croncy is talking about, and there's not a ton of content to do in it. At least it's all theme park. You quantum travel marker, you need a mission to get there. You don't just kind of explore it. So yeah, sorry.
That's all right, because you also made me think of another thing. So actually 3 things. The Glacium Ring, awesome. They continued what they learnt from the Onyx facilities and like the CZs, and they introduced this like another new mission at this location. Once again, mostly FPS focused, but this one's a bit more combined arms in between. That has a little bit of storytelling to it, maybe not so as much in depth as some of the previous ones, but this is supposed to be our introduction to a faction, so you don't need to necessarily like throw a ton of story at once. And then also as part of that, and the release was Vandal finally actually in the PU as an enemy to fight. It isn't that deep because really we're just fighting the ships. We're not fighting Vandal and FPS. We're not getting Vandal comms talking to us and
We're looting
calling
them.
us like dirty humans or anything. We are looting their stage set bodies.
Yeah.
But it's our first like actual aliens, right? So
yeah. We missed something. We need to go back.
Mhm.
Where is it? Flight blades.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to curse really loudly, and I'm not going to. They were a joke.
Yeah, after
They remain a joke.
Yeah.
And they continued it when we get down here. Just in a different way.
Especially after them announcing all the like stuff with like gold tickets last year, which I know some people have mixed feelings on, but for the most part, it was like, all right, well, this to me at least, is like this just feels like you're trying to make money and that's it. It doesn't feel like you're trying to give back to the players at all.
It's just
and then continuing.
It's okay to make money. It's okay to make money.
Yeah.
Just don't do it at the expense of the game.
Exactly.
And it's like this is could and will be a major at the expense of the game. Like more than you've already done with selling ships. And it's just like selling ships plus now. And it's just like, guys, come on. And they kind of continued it in the excuse me, I'm one level down in IAE a little bit with the weapon packs and things like that. And the L-22 Alpha Wolf, which is essentially a flight blade on the Wolf, and then you could swap the weapons back and forth. It's not okay in my opinion, but that's me. So yeah.
Yep. And then we're in November. IAE. Was obviously the other big thing here.
Clipper.
As you would imagine, once again, the most successful IAE of all time, as they continue to be like pretty much every year. A bunch of dope ships. So we have the official release of the Perseus, which is kind of cool. Mentioned, I think we were talking about it last week, that this was the first time I actually felt like a multi-crew ship felt like it required multi-crew, and that I was rewarded for whatever I was doing on the ship. So possibly the first like gunship that was made correctly to feel good. In a similar trend that happened this year with them bringing in these like intro industry vehicles that started, as you mentioned, with the Misfortune. We now get the RSI Salvation, a completely new hull, but supposed to, according to them, be more designed for like absolute brand new player wants to try out salvaging. They go into this. And then a couple of other basically like reskin ships. But then the Clipper, very cool. Certainly like any Drake ship is always just people love it because it's Drake. This is one of the like ships where I'm like, hey, you did a really cool, unique thing here. I like it. That makes me want to take it out a bit more. So
I had a guy come in my chat yesterday that was like, I died so fast in the Clipper. This is bad. And I was like, yep.
And you're going to take it out again because it's cool.
Yeah. It's like he was like complaining about engineering or something, and it was like,
right,
what mission were you doing? And he was like, oh, I did this one. And it was like, you're never gonna win in that ship in that mission. So but it is a giant pancake, a dolphin or whatever that fish.
Sunfish.
Sunfish, yeah.
Yep.
Sunfish. And then 4.5.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So, yeah, finally,
We
after
talked about it
also
mostly
years,
already, but yeah.
yeah, after years of them showing it in citizen cons and ISCs and everything, SCLs and everything in between, engineering is in game with like maybe like half its systems, maybe a little over half its systems, um, uh, but still a long way to go.
Very, yeah.
This patch only came out like what 4 days ago, so it's kind of hard to gauge, but it is like it's certainly no 4.0 by the end of the year, but with a year that was pretty much all content and like small features, it being the only big feature, and it being as impactful as it is, was interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about feedback now and then building upon
Mhm.
it. And this is going to be, I feel like this time next year, we'll be talking about engineering in the last patch of the year, probably, and how they made some
Yeah.
change that, you know, fixed some issue or made the
Mhm.
experience better or maybe worse in some way. But I think it's going to be
Yeah.
something that they are going to be iterating on the entire
Mhm.
year and to come.
Yeah.
This is just not something that's going to stop. It's too many systems that we interact with all the time, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah. What rating would you give this year out of 10?
You need to give me an example of the scale. Like, what is a 10 in this scale?
Uh, last year would have been a 4.
Odd. If last year was a 4, I'd give it an 8. I
I
think
mean, what's a 10 to
like
you? That's what I'm asking you,
well,
I
no, that's what I'm
guess.
saying. Like the scale is so hard to guess because, like, if you're going like a scale of 1 to 10, where 10's the best patch, the best year Star Citizen's had, it's obviously a 10. But like, if you're
Yeah.
going from like scale of 1 to 10 versus other games, we're still at like a 2. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The scale is awkward, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, if we're
Maybe
comparing it to
based
last
off
year,
the
if
letter.
last year was a
Based it off the letter, what your expectations were.
I enjoyed this year more than I thought I was going to based on the letter.
Same.
And I think a lot of that comes down to a lot of the content they released. Um, Regardless of whether any of the goals or some of the goals were achieved or what they mentioned, my expectations were met and probably exceeded. Um, like I had fun this year. That's the biggest thing. Is I enjoyed playing Star Citizen as a game today,
Mhm.
not in the future. Actually, today.
I would say like 6
Hmm.
because I played more than ever,
Yep.
but it's just so busted still. And
Hmm.
like the things that I was really hoping that they were going to deal with on the busted side, they didn't even bother looking at. And that's like what brings it down. Is like if they fixed quantum travel, if they
Hmm.
added the changes to the flight model, guys, last year this time, Rich Tyrer and John Cruz sat down and told us what the new flight model was going to be like.
Hmm.
Last year, who the if who would have guessed that that would not have happened
Yeah.
in the entire year, right? So there's like the expectation setting was there, and the delivering on the expectations was um did not happen, but there were so many
Hmm.
pleasant surprises. Hathor,
Yeah.
the worm, right? Like Wicklow, and as bad as
Yeah.
Wicklow is, my org is super active, and I'm so proud
Hmm.
of them, right? So it's like I want to give them like above 50%,
Yeah. Yeah.
like 6.5 maybe is better.
Yeah. So I
Um,
100% see where you're coming from. Yeah.
yeah, so that's like where my scale is
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would have been like, man, performance is up,
Hmm.
uh bugs are down, and content like I'm playing every day, and I
Exists
feel like
now.
I'm, yeah, like progress. I could feel some progress. And
Yeah.
I feel a little bit of progress. There every day I can log in and go, what am I going to do today? And there's a list of things that I can. So that's like
Yep.
big pluses. But
Yep.
everything I'm going to experience is going to have a bug. There's no economy. There's no social tools. And the flight
Yep.
model hasn't changed. So I still feel like, when am I going to use these sticks and know that it's not going to change drastically from here, right?
Yeah.
And I could really start diving in and trying to learn.
I want to bring up maybe like one more thing that like isn't because it's not part of the releases this year, but was my big thing coming into the year, which was them talking more and letting us know more about crafting.
Yeah.
We were
Even
at the start
SitCon,
of
it was like,
yeah, it was tiny, but it's what they said for the most part this year about crafting. I am such a huge fan of. At the start of this year, we had just come from a sitcon where they were like, hey, crafting is important and it matters, and base building is important and it matters, and it's going to be a big part of the game, blah, blah, blah. And it did take a big back seat for this year. And I expected that after the letter from the chairman, right? When they
correct.
were like,
Same.
we're not doing features, I was like, cool. Crafting's nowhere near
Not
coming
happening
or
this
anything.
year. Yeah. Same with
Yeah.
base building. Like, if you had that
Yeah.
expectation and you're mad, it's like, well, you just weren't listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what they did talk about, and the way the devs talked about crafting, base building, and then also sort of adding on to it, a lot of the content that came out this year, I got a lot more trust in some of the devs to be able to make fun experiences. Because previously, the game was spend 5 minutes setting up to do a 30-second mission.
Yeah.
And that still exists in a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
But things like the Onyx facilities, Hathor,
You go down there, you're down there
new
for a
Vanguard one.
while.
Exactly. You're having a proper experience. It seems to be crafted in a way that is a video game, and is still them learning as we've seen through the year. They've learned literally from like some of these content patches, how to improve on the next one. Yeah, it's got me confident that they know how to make, at least some of the devs know how to make enjoyable experiences for the player. So some of my stuff I got like, because you can't talk about Star System without a little bit of hopium. It got me a little bit more hopeful for certain aspects of the game.
That's where, like, for me this year, I come out and I'm not feeling hopeful. This year, the one thing this year is created for me is I'm not currently confident that they can do it. I'm not confident that they can build an MMO that I'm going to play every day and then I'm going to have a good time. Because of some of the choices that they made around IAE, Invictus, Tier 0 item recovery, and so on, and continued communication around those things. And that is just my personal preference around games. If it doesn't work out, it's not going to be a game that I play, and that's just it. But what's so frustrating about it is they made like these incredible play spaces, these incredible ships, and have like this endless opportunity of like potential that they're not taking advantage of, in my opinion, at all. Like, we're talking about, they had the best year ever. They haven't yet. The best year ever is if they actually, if they actually take the bull by the horns and really build out a game that this thing could be. And then it's like, we're talking about the next Blizzard or, the next like, gaming company that just shoots into the sky. If they can actually do something crazy, I don't know if they can.
Right.
And it was like a lot of their gameplay experiences that were like, yeah, there was a worm. Yeah, it opened a cave. Yeah, but it just it was always like very basic. And then Onyx was like, okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
like I
can
see
see
you
it. It's like
in
a bit
Onyx.
bland in some ways, right?
Like some of the puzzles and stuff in Onyx was like, all right, brother, I see you. Like, what are you gonna learn in Rockbreaker? And then like, what are you gonna do in Nyx? Let's see. Now that you have instancing, like, we needed instancing. Like, when you have it, then what do you do? Right. So it's like they still have a lot of convincing for me that needs to be done. I'm still gonna sit here and try to be convinced, but I'm not convinced yet. You sound a little bit more convinced than me.
in certainly in terms of the ways that they made content this year. Like if you start with CZs and you end with like Site B and the Vandal one in Nyx.
Site B was bullshit though,
seeing that
Croncy.
improvement. Site B was sick as hell.
Except
the end felt
Jorrit? How did it end?
I think actually
this year their storytelling was so good, but the end of every story was the worst ever. Every story, it was horrible.
Yeah.
They just got to work at the end. They got to work on the end. That's it.
I was gonna say it's because they're leaving it open ended. It's like, yeah, but that kind of sucks. Like, don't leave it open ended.
Don't leave it open ended.
Closure is important.
Yeah, it's an MMO.
I was actually thinking
you
that
kill
today.
The boss.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that today when we were playing. I was like, oh, they're definitely just leaving Jorrit open as like a returning villain at some point. That's clearly what they're trying to do.
Hopefully. And when he does, it'll be like the story will have that closure, and the story won't be shit. It's shit hopefully, for now. Yeah.
Or they'll do it again, and he'll mysteriously run away before he's caught.
Yeah.
But like still, like the improvements that they made through the year in their storytelling, in their like level design, that all of that stuff was you could just see it every patch, like how much of that was improving. And yeah, that it's just that gets me hopeful. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't get me hopeful. But that was mostly my takeaway.
What you didn't know is Amelia Boyd actually respawned secretly somewhere else, and you didn't know, and she's not actually dead, guys. That's just one of her clones.
Mike, don't write any stories.
Yep. Don't worry, I won't. I'm just saying, like that it's like, if that's how it ends, like it's such a shitty ending. So hopefully they do something with Jorrit at least, because the Amelia Boyd one is definitely over. But hey, we got 30 minutes, so we should probably get to callers. Obviously, it was a big year, lots of stuff. So guys, we'll give you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you. You each get 5, we would say, but the calls are open, guys. So the waiting room is there. I don't think we're going to give you 5. I think we're going to give you a few minutes and then move on. So if more people come in and want to talk about, this is what we want to hear from you guys. Your favorite patch of the year, your favorite event of the year, your favorite ship of the year, your least favorite patch of the year, your least favorite event of the year, your least favorite ship of the year. Okay? And that's what we're talking about. Do not stray, or I will crack the whip, because it is not fair to the people behind you. All right? First,
and if you want to call and you're wondering how to get in, because Mike just said just call in. Someone just call in like the police. Go into the description below if you're watching on YouTube. You go into the Discord, head into the green room. If you're on Mike or my channel, go !podcast, follow the link into the green room.
There you go. All right. What a great way to end the year with probably our most common caller of the year, Space Monkey.
Yeah, our unofficial co-host, Space Monkey.
Yeah,
I don't know about that because I wasn't that active in the last 2 months. Yeah, I played a lot of Arc Raiders.
Fair enough. Deserved.
Is that your favorite thing about Star Citizen this year? Arc Raiders?
No. So to get your list, the favorite ship probably between Persos and Paladin.
Okay.
The least favorite.
Paladin. I forgot about the Paladin. Yeah.
Paladin was probably my favorite of the year.
Yeah. The least favorite. I don't know if you want to hear the vehicle, because the MTC is like meh. If it's a
Trash.
ship.
Yeah, I actually think that's a relevant one too, because it's like every year, as someone who has done ground racing stuff, they still keep releasing like pointless ground vehicles.
The one with the PDC. The one with the PDC on it is like useless too. It just started shooting us at Hathor, and it was just like, all right, we're still doing this. Like, no, get it out of here.
Yeah, well, why would I waste one resource that could sit in a ship with somebody driving around with that vehicle? Like, all right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
favorite patch.
Best patch, Hathor, with the Hathor event. Obviously, it was the most fun I had. After we did like the Stole the Idris stuff last year with Mike. The least favorite.
Just quickly, I do like to say I really enjoyed Hathor after the patch that Hathor was released in. Did not like Hathor initial patch. After it was great. Good fun.
I loved it. Day one, it was like a day one MMO. It was amazing. Even though it was shit.
I mean, I did
That's what,
Yeah,
it's just so buggy. It was so hard.
yeah,
to
and the
get stuff to
performance,
work.
if you had like big orcs fighting against each other, it was shit as well. I jumped into Berg's stream and we did like 30 against 30 peepers. It was hell broke loose, but it was so fun.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it was amazing. Least maybe Race for Stanton or some of the
Yeah.
other stuff, but the
Yeah.
rewards were pretty nice. So just having like paints and stuff was pretty. What was the other one? Feature or whatever. What was the other question?
Favorite patch, favorite ship, favorite event. So like, was
Event,
there
yeah, Hathor.
yeah, so Hathor's not really an event. It's a sandbox
Event?
activity. They were very
Yeah.
adamant of that. It's an event. I'm just trolling.
I think Elliot came into the podcast one time in
Yeah.
the chat and was like, "Stop calling it an event."
Yeah, it's an event. Shut up. So yeah, but like event wise, there was basically two. It was the story of like Amelia Boyd and the Frontier Fighters and stuff, and then it was the B story, which was the resource or like the regen crisis.
Yeah.
And then like what went along with that. So
Science Gone Amok, I think is what they called it. Was
Yeah.
the B plot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they're still decent. As far better than all the other stuff we got years before. So.
Okay. Fair enough.
And yeah, I think that's mostly it. I mean, if I may comment on one thing, the year of the direction of the patch, like I agree mostly with the stuff. Content was mostly nailed it. Stability was mostly nailed, but the performance and the playability, I mean, the netcode is playing FPS, not able to switch your weapon properly, the NPCs teleporting around. It is still a big way to go. And
people still
also,
come
like,
and ask like, can I jump in? I've been gone for a while. Should I jump in? Or I'm new to this game.
Yeah.
It's like, brother, good luck, dude. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, like the interesting priority on some bugs, like the sound bug with the turrets, in my opinion, was completely unplayable.
Yeah.
Completely. To the point of like shut down the game and fix type thing, right?
Well, you could fix it when you went out of the ship and got back in, so there was a workaround.
I don't care. I think it is still completely unplayable.
Yeah, you need to know that. That's
like, hey, we have a fix around that you need to know by going to all these websites that like half the fixes aren't going to work because people don't know how to do them actually.
Yep.
You know, it was I think no, it's just that. It's just the prioritization of some of these fixes in the year of playability didn't make sense to me.
I mean, for overall rating, I would also give it like 7 out of 10. The only thing that is problematic is like when you look into what should happen or what should be included in 1.0, we moved like, I don't know, single digit into that direction, like maybe 5% if I'm generous. So
yeah, fair enough. Well, all right, Space Monkey, we'll let you go and hey, thank you so much for a great year. Have a great holiday. Have a great new year, man. Be good.
When is the next one next year? You actually have a plan?
Sunday next year, I guess. I'm back on the 29th.
Maybe?
Yeah.
29th.
Yeah, so probably the 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I might be on vacation. All right. See ya.
Catch you later. Bye now.
That's right.
All right. Our next caller, if you hear us, El Mare, because it deafened and muted, let us know. Undeafen, unmute, so we know you're there. And we'll bring in. But I might skip them. What do you think?
Let's bring them in and see how it happens.
Got them.
Oh,
they're there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Elmare, how we doing?
Hi, first time caller. As of first time I'm ever doing something like this.
Welcome.
Hi and
Hello.
welcome. Hi. Favorite event, I'm just gonna call it event like thingy, was ASD, and Site B was my favorite.
Site B specifically. It was the coolest.
Yes, it was really the coolest. And also one of my least favorite ones, because when the Site B broke, the last door before you got into last part, the research center. There were some people that were just camping that spot, like that bugged into the door and just camped that spot. I don't know why, but yeah, that was few times happened to me and my friends, and that was like, why? Okay, why just do that?
There
But,
were
yeah.
at a lot of, like, one of the big takeaways this year, a lot of exploits at these locations, and very easy exploits too.
Every single
right,
one.
like CZ's bringing like a dragonfly to get into the loot rooms. Tons and tons of stuff with the facilities.
I mean,
There
still
was-
the not
yeah.
fixing, being able to phase through doors the entire year is
Yeah.
one of the biggest L's of the year. Year of stability, year of
Yeah.
playability, that's not acceptable.
Yeah, that was very bad. And also the Valor card, the where you could just get in a Fury and a Pisces rescue just to respawn directly at the location. That's also
Yep.
pretty fun to see and broken. And favorite ships, Perseus and
Mhm.
Paladin, because it was the perfect size for me and my friends, also for my friends and
Mhm.
me. Just perfect size of ships. And yeah, worst ship, yeah, I would say the Wolf. Just
Whoa, you're gonna get some hate there.
Yes,
That's crazy.
You're gonna get some hate there, brother.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just gonna take it just because, and I don't like it. I visually, I really love it and what they did with it, and also with the new Wolf, I really love it. But my problem is not really the Wolf itself, but the light fighter concept right now, because with engineering, it's I'm sorry to say this, but it's broken. Light fighter meta is absolutely broken, and the Wolf with a small frame and fast agility, holy moly, that's pretty broken.
Hmm.
And with the Gatling
Yeah,
gun
fair.
size 4, that's really broken. I love it,
Yeah.
but it's absolutely broken. Just saying that, yeah.
No, it's fair because like that's the actual like, well, how are people using it, right? Like it's like, yeah, cool.
like,
It might look cool and it might have a cool idea, but like, oh god, everything's wrong.
yeah, like you can just now with engineering you can snipe out the components with the Gatlings. Like you just go around circles, they can't do anything against you. I tried it with my friends and it was like, yeah, okay, cool. We just destroy everything. Like, yeah. And engineering, fun fact, engineering, I tried it yesterday, mining in Nyx with my friends. We took out a caterpillar because that's the only way we can use that thing, moleback carrier. And we broke 2 rocks apart, almost killed the entire ship, the mole. The mole just completely almost shut down because all of the components just got from 100% health to fried. Just completely fried.
Someone else was saying a similar thing earlier today in chat.
Shields were up?
Shields were up, full power to shields.
Weird.
And it completely all my mining gadgets I put on the lasers. Second rock gone, all of it gone. My life support was shut down. My quantum drive was almost destroyed. The shield generator was also
the prospector had a
destroyed.
different
Was
experience.
like hell. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
The exact opposite.
Okay,
so maybe it's a mole issue. I don't know. But that's slightly off topic. And we got to let you go because there's a few more people. I told you I was going to crack the whip. A few more people in there. Almari.
Sorry.
Any final things if we missed before we let you go? On the, I think we said everything, right?
Yeah, we said everything. I wish you all good holidays.
Yes, you too.
A bunch of presents and good luck.
You too. And
I'm a dad now. I don't get any presents. I have to give presents now.
True. In the future, though, and since this was your first call in the future, we usually give a lot more time and freedom. But today it's gonna be
definitely call in again.
All right, brother.
Yeah, no, I'm a long-time listener. Bye.
Perfect. Bye now.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
That was cool. I always like the new caller. All right, our next is Soul Steel. Soul Steel.
Soul Steel.
Welcome.
How are you doing?
We know you can hear us. Can you hear?
Hello.
There we go.
Sorry, the overlap on the stream did me in for a second. I was like, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Yep.
Right.
Not the first time, won't be the last.
That's it. Yeah, no, first time. Lovely to meet you guys, or at least in part. I think I've been about since about 2013 with this game, so I'm quite jaded with a lot of
Welcome
what's
to the
kinda happened
club.
over the years. To not get too far off, well, get nowhere off topic, I think I'll start with the best and worst ship, and it's one and the same for me. And I think it's the Idris. It's the best and the worst thing that could possibly have happened, at least in its current implementation for me personally. I think it's, as a ship, it does everything I need it to do, and that's great. But because it does everything I need it to do for how I play the game, I was really excited for the Perseus, and I went, this is not what I expected. I didn't expect to take so much damage, because maybe I wasn't playing it properly, but I didn't expect to take so much damage. I didn't expect to do as little. And the impact I had with all these ships that are coming out of the entire year, the Idris kind of ruined it for me. I don't know if anyone felt different.
No, I mean, I think it was just for me. It was just watching a one guy ship that is the size of a station just flying around was just like, is this what we want? Like, we're supposed to celebrate this? That was the thing I struggled about. I was like, I was so happy the people that spent so much money to make this game what it is today got their reward. That I, like, honestly and truly am so happy for them. But, like, dude, what are we doing with a giant space laser? And, like, it was just weird.
Yeah, I feel like it was well received in the and I don't get me wrong, I definitely enjoy it. But the just overall general feel that I've always kind of got from it is the balance between, you know, the Idris and everything else, or capital ships and just everything else, is quite a gap. So sometimes if you do finally get that huge ship, you're like, well, what's the point in playing?
Yeah.
Which, of course, the balance is crazy. There's no content for these ships. What are you balancing it against? Like, if you try to balance it against other ships, like, why is kind of my answer, right?
And like, if people say PvP, why are you PvP?
I'm with you on that.
Exactly.
And like, you know, outside of like a Hathor or a Worm or something like that, there's not a whole lot of reasons to PvP outside of just like pure,
just fun of the game,
competition, fun of the game kind of thing. Yeah, which is totally fine. But like, you're asking why, and the reasons why need to be kind of more than just for the fun of the game.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Right. So in terms of events, I think the one that got me to play the most was Resource Drive.
Yeah, it got all of us to play the most.
I think
most time logged, least time playing.
Enjoyed.
Yeah.
I think after the first day or two, when everything just started hitting the fan of just nothing working, I think I did get a little drained. But I definitely put in, you know, solid 12 hours on that first day, you know, really kind of got into it, and then everything started breaking. But it was still definitely at least my favorite event, as somebody who loves PvP, which was funny because I just found out moving boxes forever, it was almost that sense of competition. I think that got me excited for it.
Yeah.
I do think Hathor is definitely there for like the best patch for me again. It was fun.
It also feels like pretty future proof, I think, is like one of the best things about it. Right? Like, not just the experiences we had with it this year, but that, like, you could, like, with maybe a couple of changes, you could have it for the entire lifespan of the game, and it would still be enjoyable and, you know, do stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess the worst one was probably at least for me specifically, was the Frontier Fighters finale, I think, because I just didn't care. I don't think I logged on during that event because I went, I think
Croncy
at that
said he
point,
didn't finish.
I forgot to finish. I did have a kid during the finale, but
that's fair.
I did fully forget, and I think it's because like in a weird sort of reverse of what I kind of said earlier, they did like a good job with some storytelling and a really boring job with some of the other storytelling.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I was way more invested with Science Run Amok than I was with the Frontier Fighters storylines over the course of the whole thing. Like if the finale was actually Jarrett is gonna team up with the Frontier Fighters and he's gonna turn Amelia Boyd into a half Vandal or something, I would have been way more into it, you know?
Yeah.
No, I'm with you there. I think it was just the entire year for me. I think I mean I've been, as I say, I've been backing for God knows how long, and the thing that kept me coming back was, new system mining, new system salvage. Okay, this is something that I can sink my teeth into, get a real feel of how things are going, and just kind of okay, this is the game I want to play. Today, although it was the best year for Star Citizen in air quotes, it was one of the weakest years for me because although there was a lot of content, great, love content. Nothing in particular other than a few things that I made up. I got my org together and went, hey, let's go do this. Let's have some fun. We had to make that fun. There was no engineering is the closest thing to for me in my brain, a new system or content that I turned around and went, let's get the boys on. Let's try this out. Let's have a good time.
Yeah.
That won't just be for you. That just was the case.
Yeah.
100%. That was the only new system this year, and it was pretty in depth.
Yep.
But everything else was content.
All right, I'm jumping in. 7-minute call. We got to let you go.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, lads. I've been watching for a while, and that was good fun. Thank you.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Have a great, happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you.
Oop. Whoops.
Alrighty.
All right, Mendo Warrior. Welcome.
Mendo, how we doing?
Hello.
Hello, Mendo.
Howdy.
Hey, long-time listener and another first-time caller for you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, welcome in.
I just want to, kind of my best patch and best events were kind of tied in with each other. Best and worst. 4.1 was the worst. The resource drive and the box missions were just broken. And yeah, it was, I felt like, I'm playing this game for 6 years and then I'm still grinding box missions here. And then, it was so bad, Jared did an apology. So that kind of tells you something.
Oh, remember that ISC? Yeah.
Yeah. And then my best patch by far was 4.3 with the Onyx. And, it made it feel like an MMO for me. Just exploring down there, going from section to section. Each section would have like a different piece of armor for you to loot. I'm with my crew, and one guy's going for the red armor, another guy's going for the yellow armor, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun. And then moving on to like best ship and worst ship. Best ship by far is L21. That's beautiful. Gets me excited about.
What do you think of the last caller who said it was shit?
I just laughed, because it's true. It's a really good ship. It's almost too good for its own good.
What do you think of the fin pre-change?
The fin. I upgraded to the 22, and I almost regret it. I missed the fin, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
So I like the fin now. Now that the fin's gone, I like the fin.
Yep.
So. But overall, it was the best year of Star Citizen. It's still a 7, so it's the best year yet, but not the best year ever. So
all right,
that's what you got from me.
Perfect. Well, we appreciate it.
Worship. You didn't say worship.
Oh yeah.
Oh, worship is the Stinger. It's another useless, overpriced alien ship that nobody's
It's so
using.
cool looking, and that's what makes it the worst. Is it should have been the best. That's what I wanted that to be my favorite. It was so bad. All right, Mendo. That's a good place to leave you, though. I thank you so much and appreciate your short call because we can sneak somebody else in.
Okay, thank you.
Bye now.
Thanks for calling again.
Yes, sir. Please. Vitath. Vitath is next.
How we doing? Vitath. I'm not going to give you much time.
We can't.
Hey.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, there we go.
Vitath, try to be like Mendo if you can.
I'll try to be quick. Like the 2 previous callers, I started in 2013. I got jaded around 2016, and I just came back like 6 months later.
All right.
My favorite was Onyx, but I actually like the performance of this patch. It's so much better. My worst patch was Cargo Drive. It just was horrible. My friend wanted to quit, and it's like I barely can convince friends to play this with me.
Something very
my
funny
favorite...
about actively playing the game and being like, dude, this is actual torture. I want to stop playing.
No, it
Oh yeah,
was.
he
It was
quit.
literal
He
torture.
quit for like
Yeah.
he quit for like 2 months. I was like,
Yep.
he's never coming back. My favorite ship's the Paladin. Now I
Hell
love
yeah.
Drake, but my least favorite ship is the Clipper because it's just weird. It's like, what is the
true.
gameplay vision in the future?
I think we
Like,
need to see crafting before we feel it. Truly,
yeah, I guess
Yeah,
I'm fine with the crafting. It's the respawn that's weird to me. It's like, if that's the spaceman's supposed to be punishing, but they're kind of not going in that direction. So, and I'm not expecting it because I think like death should be punishing, but not torture, like
Yeah.
Tarkov, like I'm playing right now.
I think more respawns on ships, the better, because then that is how you remove that pain that I was talking about at the beginning of the show of I died and I lost my stuff and I have to travel 10 minutes. They replaced the I lost my stuff part. Now I could die and lose my stuff, but if I only have to travel a couple seconds, all right, I do a short corpse run like you do in other MMOs. It's like, it's okay.
Which also I'm glad you mentioned Tarkov, because that's also a reason, like, when I do enjoy Tarkov, but like when I hate it, it's because I died. It's going to be a 7-minute queue before I get back into a lobby. Plus I have to gear up that before that the entire time.
Exactly.
That's frustrating.
Why are you making me not play the game?
Yeah, you're just waiting in menus the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess other than that, I don't know if I missed one. It's just mostly, it's really hard to convince friends.
Yeah, you said favorite ship,
to like,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Paladin. I just like the atmosphere. It gives me like an Aliens vibe.
Hell yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, okay.
Is
I think
that
that's
it?
about it. Oh, and I hate the Mark IIs. Like I hate that.
Yeah.
Based. Thank you. Worst.
Like, I came back and it happened before I came back, and then somebody told me, I'm like, this is stupid. Like the game's not even out yet. How
the
are
idea
we
of a Mark II
retiring
is
ships?
fine. It's the retiring the old one is the bad part.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
They
like
should have
making
both,
an oldie
and they should both
good.
be in game.
Yeah. All right, Vitath, we'll let you go.
Right.
But dude,
thanks again.
Based at the end there. Appreciate it. Masasaris is next.
We are speeding through these last 3.
Yes.
Let's see if we can keep going. Marcy.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Hi. I just wanted to call in really and wish you guys Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, first off.
Yeah, cheers.
Same, dude.
Thank you. Gonna spend it with my daughter this year. It's pretty cool.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Same.
All right. First time as a dad.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I guess favorite ship, Paladin. Of course.
What's a Paladin today?
Dude.
Man, that ship is just pretty cool.
I'm telling you,
I like the design, the feel.
Most people are playing with like 1 or 2 other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's hard to get like a bigger group right now. Maybe when we get better org tools and stuff. Honestly, that's what I look forward to the most is org tools and like inventory redone.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Worship.
But yeah, worship. I don't like. I'm either the Stinger. Yeah, I'd say the Stinger, or I don't really like. I didn't really like the Apollo.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Best patch.
I liked pretty much the Onyx facilities.
Okay. Worst patch.
I really hated the resource for Stanton drive.
Yep.
The problem with it is I wonder if it wasn't so broken, would we have hated it
that's
as
the,
much?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I had so many issues just trying to get the stuff.
You know what that means, right? They have to do it again to see if we actually like it or not next year. Oh no.
Right. With it working,
run it back unchanged.
Yeah.
Like as long as it was working, then yeah, maybe I would like it more.
We just don't know.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Masasaris, thank you so much.
Cheers,
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching, and we appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Last caller.
Raritan.
Raritan. Yeah, I'm trying to say it. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh, I got jump scared by being pulled in. How y'all doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Yeah. So I'm a returning player, but you know,
Mhm.
I backed like 2013, so I've returned several times to the game.
Yep.
But this is the first time I've stuck around. Like I came back during the
Okay.
resource drive. I know a lot of people have.
Oh boy, that's a time to come
Well,
back.
the funny thing is I came in towards the end of it when they had mostly fixed it, so I had a great time.
Hey, true.
Uh,
And not only did they mostly fix it, but it was like broken where you can finish it faster at the end.
Yeah,
if I remember.
I did it legit for about 2 or 3 days, and then I started getting C2s down.
Yeah.
So, but my favorite patch or content, absolutely the ASD facilities as like a MMO player, Destiny 2, raids and dungeons are
Mhm.
my jam.
Okay.
And that's what kind of convinced me to stick around. It brought my org back to life from like, you know, nobody said anything a year to now we're all playing every week. My least favorite would be Amelia Boyd's finale.
Yeah. Just
My
Very
only
underwhelming.
so underwhelming.
Well, it's not just that it was underwhelming. My one experience trying the last fight was the Polaris as I jumped in and there's just 5 Idrisai beaming the
Yeah.
ship.
Oh, you actually fought? You just didn't sit at the station accepting missions like me?
I couldn't bring myself to do that.
I could.
He had to at least take some screenshots instead and just
No,
fire.
I fought her. I killed her twice, and I was like, I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah.
I tried it that one time. I saw the Idris beaming her, and then I just gave up on it. Never tried
Yeah.
it again.
Yep.
Lame event. Also brings me to my least favorite ship. I don't know if this is going to get me shit on. I hate the Idris. I hate that it's in the game right now. I
That's
hate
fine.
that there's people beaming constantly. You go to just about any event, somebody's gonna. Sometimes I go to Seraphim and there's just people floating outside of the armistice zone trying to railgun newbies, and that's just like maybe they'll fix it eventually, but I think it sucks right now.
Yeah,
Sure.
Totally fair. Did you say
There's
best ship yet?
It's hard to disagree with anything you said. You
No.
know? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you say best ship yet?
I just if I say my best ship, I'm gonna get made fun of.
Say it.
I really love the Apollo. It is kind of
Okay.
my ship fantasy as search and rescue.
Fair
I
enough.
love that it flies like a boat. I don't want all of my ships to be super agile. I want to fly my boat around and pick people up. I'm hoping for Tier 0 to go away for loot so people actually use medical beacons again.
Yep.
No reason to, you can just backspace.
I have lots of problems with medical beacons, but I will
Yeah.
at least say so that medical gameplay has a purpose. At the very least.
Yeah.
When they were in the game previously, I loved doing them. They were one of my favorite little mini loops. Despite what people said, I almost never got ambushed. So I would like to see that come back, and especially now that the Apollo is the proper ship for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fair enough.
All right, Raritan.
Awesome.
Hey.
Awesome.
All right.
Last call of the
Thank you very
year.
much.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
man. Be good.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Bye. Cheers.
Yeah, catch up.
All right, Croncy. That's it. That was our year.
Well, there's one more thing, which is our best and like we did do our best and worst patches, but we didn't do
Yes.
our best and worst ships.
Go for it.
And I have the correct answer, which is one ship is the best and the worst ship. It is in both ways the Shiv. It is the best because it means there is a possibility that we're going to get the Argo Mole, but take off the mining lasers and put on size 4 turrets, which would be the coolest ship in the game by far.
That
and
might
it's the
be cool.
worst because did you really have to put a bucket in the toilet? Like, what the hell? So unnecessary.
For me, I'm gonna say something off the board.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite. My favorite was the Paladin.
Yep.
The fixing of the raft. Best change ship of the year.
Yep, that's good.
And worst, probably a tie between anything that has a flight blade and the Stinger. Stinger is the best looking ship and just doesn't perform at all. And it sucks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look forward to that getting better. But
Mhm.
yeah. And we said our best patches, and
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to reading the Roberts letter this year. But like always, I will say, do not believe anything that man says, and
Yep.
take it with a grain of salt, because it will not happen the way it's written. And they will not be held accountable for anything that is said there. And I want to take the moment, like I did, I think last year as well. Thank you for being an awesome co-host. This show would have been canceled a long time ago if you weren't around, and I appreciate it.
That's because
And,
I stop you from saying slurs, so you don't get canceled.
Nope, I would have just quit because I just couldn't. I couldn't be bothered with caring as much about the game anymore this year. But this is really fun. I look forward to this every week, and
Same.
you're a big part of that, and I appreciate you. And I just want to say thank you for being an awesome co-host. So
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been
Thanks, man.
super, super fun so far. We're what, 2 years?
yeah, I think last year was like our first. So it's been a while.
Yeah. It's been some time. It's been forever, Mike.
It's been too long. There's Jared
Yep.
saying it's the best year ever. Here, I'll just unmute it so some people could hear it.
Player numbers are up, engagement
And
numbers are
if
up,
you
the
think
length of the play sessions
that
are
I'm a
up,
good co-host,
bug
and
numbers
that
are
Mike
down.
is a good co-host, make sure to subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. You can subscribe below, hit the like button and the notification bell so you know when we go live, because a lot of people still don't know that we also stream this live on YouTube every day,
Yes.
in addition to Twitch on both Mike's and my channel. Yeah, we appreciate every person who called in this year. If the game is bad, at least the podcasts have been fun. So we certainly appreciate that.
For real. And yeah, we'll see you guys next year, man. So again, we appreciate you so much, and yeah, don't forget
To answer the call.
Bye, everybody. See you next year. Have a
Catch you
great
guys.
holiday. Happy New Year.